Hi, I'm Alana. Welcome to another video. In today's video, we're doing a get ready with me for church. So, today I would like to recommend a book to you that I found in Waterstones. And this book is called Drugs Without the Hot Air. So this book is by a man called David Nutt, who he used to work for the UK government and drug policy. He's a researcher, so he would research different drugs and then advise on policy. And he was actually fired by the UK government because he published a study basically saying that alcohol is more dangerous than marijuana. And so the government were like, no, don't say that. We don't want you to say that because alcohol is legal. And so that doesn't really align with the agenda that alcohol is legal and marijuana is bad. So that doesn't really align with the agenda that we are trying to push. So they fired him. They said, you can't advise on government, on policy, and also have opinions, personal opinions on drugs. And he was like, these are not opinions, this is science. And then he also said that ecstasy is no more dangerous than horse riding. And so these are his opinions, not mine. He got fired, and then he basically wrote this book, and it's called Drugs Without the Hot Air, because it's basically all of the research that he's done into the real risks of different drugs without the hot air, so without the government agenda. And so he writes also that some of the measures that the government have taken to try and reduce the harm of drugs have actually increased the harms of drugs. He says that ecstasy, the UK government outlawed one of the ingredients that you need to make ecstasy is saffron oil, and the UK government outlawed saffron oil, outlawed the production of it, so that no one could find saffron oil, so that no one could make ecstasy. But of course the drug manufacturers were just okay, well, we will find something else. And so then they started using aniseed oil to manufacture ecstasy with instead, because they couldn't get saffron oil because the government outlawed saffron oil. And that created a chemical compound called PMMA, which was actually far more dangerous than the ingredients that were previously used to make ecstasy. And so then that led to an increase in deaths from ecstasy, just because now that they were making it with aniseed oil, they created this chemical called PMMA. And so that in that way the government inadvertently actually made ecstasy far more harmful by trying to reduce the harms of it. And then he also talks about ketamine, and how some countries have, China has tried to make ketamine illegal everywhere, internationally illegal. And the UK, he said, have I think it was the UK, have changed its classification, so it now has no medical use. But he said that outlawing ketamine everywhere would actually be really harmful for people in poor countries who can't afford any better pain medications. And so yeah, it's a really, really interesting book. I just picked it up in Waterstones in the medicine section, so I would highly recommend this. Thank you for getting ready with me for church today. You're beautiful, you're perfect, I love you, God bless you, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Oh, and one last thing, if you are watching this video and thinking, oh, well, if drugs aren't that harmful, then maybe I should try drugs, may I remind you that the one thing that drugs do guarantee is exponentially diminishing returns.